Ladies and gentlemen, this featured attraction is presented by the International Boxing Club, Frank Dinar's president, sanctioned and supervised by the State Athletic Commission of Illinois, a member of the National Boxing Association. The 5-point scoring system will be used. Your attending physician, Dr. John H. Pribble, your timekeeper, Charles Sidebotham, counting for the knockdowns, Mike Murphy. The judges, Howard Walsh, Frank Spike McAdams. 10 rounds, 136 pounds. From Paris, France, weighing 137 pounds, wearing white and black striped trunks, Felix Chiocca. His opponent from New York, weighing 134½ pounds, wearing black and white striped trunks, Carlos Ortiz. And here is your referee with the instructions for the boxers, Bill Doty.
Your men have received your instructions in the offices of the Illinois State Athletic Commission, and you know what is expected of you. I want you to keep your blows up. No kidney punches, nor rabbit punches. When I tell you to break out of a clinch, step back before you throw another punch. Then allow the other fellow a chance as you would like. Let's make this a good, clean fight, boys. I know you can. I want you to protect yourselves at all times. And shake hands now. Come out fighting at the sound of the gong.
Here in Illinois, the 5-point must system is in use. 5 points to the winner of a round, a lesser number to the loser. If a round is declared even, each fighter gets 5 points. Carlos Ortiz is wearing the black trunks, Felix Chiocca the white. Ortiz, 20 years old, Chiocca, 23 years old. Buzzer sounds, that sends the seconds out of the ring. Both fighters on their feet. And we're waiting now for the opening bell. Scheduled for 10 rounds. Ortiz in the black against Chiocca, and here we go. Ortiz in the black trunks is kind of the prodigy of the National Guard Regiment, which gained fame in World War I as New York's Fighting 69th. The robe he wore into the ring is a gift to him from the Fighting 69th. He was a member of that, joining the National Guard for his service stint, where they promptly nicknamed him because of the great Irish traditions of the Fighting 69th as O'Brien. Charlie O'Brien, they got to call him. Nice right-hand shot gotten home by Ortiz. Chiocca, you'll see, follows pretty much the European pattern, striking a classic stance as he waits for his opponent, as against the semi-crouch used mostly by American fighters. Minute to go in round number 1. Ortiz leads, Chiocca has a tendency to drop that left hand down. And it's opened up a path for the right hand of Ortiz. He's gotten a couple of them home fairly well in this round. 30 seconds left now in round number 1. Again, that right hand by Ortiz finishes up the combination and does it nicely. 10 seconds to the end of round 1.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jack Gregson for the Menon Company. Well, by popular demand, I'm bringing back a friend of mine here. What he's trying to say, of course, is don't monkey around with the wrong kind of shave. No, he really wants you... Come here, boy. What he really wants you to try is this Menon lather with menthol. Matter of fact, I do too, because it's cooling and it's soothing and it's made with the exclusive Menon formula. Its double-barreled action conditions the skin for shaving too, not just your beard. Conditioning skin means helping your razor to kind of, well, roll along, you know, not bump along. You don't have to bulldoze your face, you can shape it. So for really tough beards, don't monkey around. Try Menon lather with menthol to get the closest, the smoothest, coolest shave in the history of your face.
All right, we have round number 2 coming up. Carlos Ortiz of New York, undefeated in 23 fights. In the black trunks against Felix Chiocca of Paris, France. Bill Doty is the referee. In the white trunks as yet hasn't been able to figure out a consistent way to get to Ortiz. He's at a reach disadvantage, and Ortiz is making the most of that with a steady bit of jabbing whenever Chiocca comes into range. And Chiocca is still trying to puzzle his way through the Ortiz style. To go in round number 2. Chiocca now is moving inside the left-hand lead of Ortiz when he can and digging in close into the body and trying to bring up those short chopping punches to the head. Seconds left in round number 2, and in close there, Chiocca did get home a nice left hook, landing just on the point of the chin of Ortiz. Number 2, Chiocca goes to his corner. Chiocca had to do a little extra shadow boxing today. The contract weight limit on this fight was 137, and he came in at 137.5. So he jigged around until he sweated off the additional half pound. He doesn't have any great trouble, they report on making the lightweight limit. Oh, now and then he might eat a Hershey bar instead of a full meal to get some energy and avoid the bulk, but by and large, he can come in under the limit. He just misjudged it a little bit today. He was the Paris amateur lightweight champion in 1953 and had quite an amateur career. 87 bouts, and he won 82 of them. He turned professional in 1953 and has won 25 out of 32. Lost 6, drew 1, 5 of his 25 victories via knockout. Warning buzzer sounds. Here we come now to round number 3. Punching left hand delivered by Carlos Ortiz as Chiocca tried to rush him. It was a good punch. Right hand delivered by Chiocca. As that time he timed his move perfectly, avoiding the left hand lead of Ortiz, then getting over it with an overhand right. One minute to go in round number 3. Ortiz with a good right hand. Seconds left in round 3.
The lusty flavor of genuine dry ale is yours to enjoy in Pabst Old Tankard Ale. Pabst Old Tankard is the same kind of ale served in friendly English pubs since Lancelot was a lad. Here's ale of real authority, Pabst Old Tankard Ale, the kind they serve in English pubs. Enjoy the lusty flavor of Pabst Old Tankard. It has all the authority of a genuine dry ale. Look for the ale with the copper knight on the label. That's Pabst Old Tankard Ale. For an interesting change of pace, try the ale with a copper knight on the label. Pabst Old Tankard Ale.
Coming now to the 4th round, the scheduled 10-rounder between Carlos Ortiz, undefeated New Yorker, who is wearing the black trunks coming out of the left-hand corner, and Felix Chiocca of Paris, France. underneath. A nice right uppercut delivered by Chiocca. Don't know whether you could see that one or not. Minute to go, and we're in round number 4. Seconds left at the end of the 4th round. And Carlos Ortiz draws a warning from referee Bill Doty for a low blow on the infighting. Ten seconds to go in the 4th round. Of round number 4. Next Wednesday night, the Wednesday Night Fights begins its 8th year of presenting to you the fight of the week. From ringside at the Miami Beach Auditorium in Miami Beach, Florida, we'll bring you a 10-round welterweight bout between Gil Turner of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and Yama Bahama of Bimini, British West Indies. Turner is one of the most experienced fighters around, having beaten such stars as Gene Fulmer, Johnny Saxton, Joe Maselli, Raymond Fuentes, and Italo Scordaccini. But the hard-punching Yama Bahama holds a decision over Gil Turner. His other victims recently have been Tex Gonzalez and Jimmy Martinez. This rematch should furnish lots of action, so be sure to tune in. And remember, your hosts to the Wednesday Night Fights are the products that bring you the fights. Pabst Blue Ribbon Beer and Menon, products for men. That's the warning buzzer for round number 5. We're looking now down in the corner of Felix Chiocca as he awaits the bell that'll send him out for the 5th round of this scheduled 10. Neither fighter is marked. There have been no cuts and no bruises. Imagine you heard that one. That was Ortiz banging against the ribs of Chiocca. And a right hand by Chiocca was taken by Ortiz moving away. The punch did not land with any power. Fighting, Ortiz scored with a left to the body, a right to the head. Less than a minute to go here in the 5th round. seconds left in round number 5. A cut has been opened outside the right eye of Carlos Ortiz. The cut as yet is not serious.
Are you sure you don't need a man's deodorant?
Well, this is the answer, fellas. Fact is, about 3 out of every 5 men use deodorants, and more use this one, Men & Spray deodorant for men, than any other brand. They prefer it to any other, well, creams, sticks, what have you, because, look here, first, it kills odor, not just for a while, but all day. Second, it checks perspiration quickly and easily. All you do is just squeeze, and it sprays for you. There it is. So get in the swim, fellas. Get Men & Spray deodorant for men.
There's the bell for round number 6. The slight cut over the right eye of Carlos Ortiz in the black trunks has been completely patched up. Caught Bill Doty, the referee, as he stepped between the two fighters as Chiocca let loose with a swinging right uppercut. In the close quarters, Chiocca, who has a reach disadvantage against Ortiz, is able to move against him on pretty level terms. Chiocca lands well to the body. Occasionally, he finds a path upwards to shoot a left or right uppercut. One minute to go, and we're in the 6th round. Seconds left till the 6th round. End of round number 6. Let's follow this boy, Carlos Ortiz, into his corner. As he climbs, swings through the ring ropes. There was no further damage to that eye. It opened slightly in the course of the round, but the cut was not enlarged. His manager, Ed Ferguson, is on one knee in front of Carlos Ortiz. The only fight Carlos Ortiz ever lost was in the amateurs. He had 33 amateur fights for had 34 amateur fights and won 33 of them. He was the International Boys Club champion at a tournament in London in 1953 and again in 1954, and was the Metropolitan AAU champion of New York City in his amateur career. Although he's a Puerto Rican, he is a blonde and green-eyed youngster, and as I mentioned, looks sufficiently Irish to have been nicknamed Charlie O'Brien when he was a member of the New York National Guard, known as the Fighting 69th. We're now coming into round number 7. In the white trunks, since the early part of the fight, is carrying that left hand higher and on defense. Particularly in the first round, Ortiz was finding a path for his right hand. As he'd lead with his left, Chiocca would drop that left hand from its protective position, and over would come the Ortiz right. But since that, Chiocca is keeping that left hand high, and Ortiz has not been able to home with his right hand as freely as he did early in the fight. Minute to go here in the 7th round. Seconds to go in round number 7.
After 17 long years, Ondecker is back. Ondecker, the draft beer supreme, is again being brewed by Pabst to answer the demands of the discriminating for a superlative beer with classic old-world flavor. Brewed from a secret recipe known only to Pabst, Ondecker is truly a memorable brew. Only imported hops are used in brewing Ondecker. And Ondecker is double-aged for a smoothness that few other beers possess. You owe it to yourself to taste Ondecker. You'll find it only on draft and only at those places that have earned a reputation for the finest. Ask for Enjoy. Ondecker, the draft beer supreme.
Now round number 8 is coming up. Carlos Ortiz in the black trunks against Felix Chiocca. lightweight bout. Ortiz in the black trunks coming in at 134.5. Felix Chiocca at an even 137. Fighting there, both fighters scored with some good short hooks. Punches delivered in tight, able to travel no more than about 8 inches, but they each scored on the other with a pretty good jar. There's a minute left now in the 8th round. Got that right hand home that time. First time in a long time the shot opened up. Ten seconds left in the 8th round. End of round number 8. Let's walk with Felix Chiocca back to his corner. Although he is now from Paris, France, he was born in Caracas, Venezuela, where his father at the time was prospecting for gold. And Felix laughingly said he didn't find much, which is the reason they went back to Paris. Felix was a trucker's helper before he turned professional. His father is a Corsican, his mother a Central American Indian. It was his brother that got Felix into boxing. Brother got interested via some GI tournaments right after the war, and Felix followed in his footsteps and fought originally as Felix Montenegro to avoid confusion with his brother, who was also in the ring at that time and fighting under the name of Chiocca. Now we're coming to round number 9. Ortiz again home with the right hand. Nice right-hand shot. Bang to the jaw by Felix Chiocca. One minute left in the ninth round. Seconds to go till the end of round 9.
Well, sir, you know, tomorrow, one of the greatest single sporting events of the year will be held right here. That's the Indianapolis Speedway. And the winner? Well, tomorrow we'll know. But the same crowd that is going to be there tomorrow has already picked a winner in an entirely different category. They're making this choice not only in Indianapolis, but in other cities and towns all over the USA. Yes, sir, the choice of the average, sports-loving, well-groomed American man is Menon Skin Bracer for himself, 2-to-1 over any other brand. Yes, sir, here is the 2-to-1 winner for sure. So, fellas, why not use Menon Skin Bracer after every shave? It's a kind of a pleasant, civilized custom I think you'll enjoy. You'll like its tingle, its fresh, clean scent. It's masculine. It isn't feminine. So in Indianapolis or your hometown, why not pick the winner, Menon Skin Bracer?
Coming now to the final round. Round number 10. The fighters belatedly touch gloves as sort of an afterthought. Right hand by Ortiz is in there once again. Minutes left in the fight. It looks like a cut has been opened over the left eye of Felix Chiocca. His right side is toward me. If he swings around, we can see a little better. Yes, it has. Right over the left eye of Chiocca, a slight cut. Left in the fight. Chiocca getting home with a good right hand. Seconds to go. Ortiz steals a glance at the clock on the stadium wall. last 10 seconds. That's the end of the fight. And we'll have the decision in just a moment. Scorecard over to the commission side of the ring side to have the scoring checked out, and then we'll have the decision announced. In his dark robe, which is actually a brilliant Kelly green, Carlos Ortiz comes over to the corner of Felix Chiocca to shake hands all around, followed by his manager, Ed Ferguson. The 5-point must system used in scoring this fight. 5 points to the winner. 5 points to each fighter if the round was thought to be even. And now here come the tallies, and here's Len Sterling.
Here are the official scoring by points. Judge Frank McAdams, 48-43 for Carlos Ortiz. Referee William Doty, 47-43 for Carlos Ortiz. Judge Howard Walsh, 48-44 for Carlos Ortiz. By unanimous decision, the winner, Carlos Ortiz.
Unanimous decision goes to Carlos Ortiz, the winner of the fight. And almost complete unanimity in the scoring as well. 47-43, 48-43, 48-44. Those are the scores. Carlos Ortiz now has gone 24 fights without a defeat. Carlos Ortiz, unanimous winner here tonight. Jack Drees speaking. Stand by for a lineup on next week's fight. The fight of the week has been brought to you from Chicago by the Mennen Company. Mennen, since 1879, makers of a host of fine products for men, women, babies, for the entire family. Mennen. And by the Pabst Brewing Company of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Peoria Heights, Illinois, Newark, New Jersey, and Los Angeles, California. America's oldest national brewer, established 1844. Our thanks to WBKB for the pickup on tonight's fight. Next Wednesday's fight will come to you direct from the Miami Beach Auditorium in Miami Beach, Florida, when Gil Turner of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and Yama Bahama of Bimini, British West Indies, will meet in a 10-round welterweight battle. Until next Wednesday night, this is Jack Drees saying good night